What's up, crypto folks? Welcome back to the channel where we discuss everything crypto, AI, and most importantly, money making. So today's video topic is going to be 10 super important Bittensor tools that you definitely need to add to your arsenal if you want to survive in this network, okay? It's going to save you a lot of time because it took me months to find out all these websites, all these tools, all these links. So I'm giving them to you crunched up in one video right now for you to start learning, okay? So the issue right now with Bittensor is that we're so early into this project, there's not a lot of public information available or quality content about the project. So that's the whole point of this channel. We need to be early to make life-changing money. So if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me, to push out great content. So without a further ado, let's start with this video. All right, so first tool, everything starts with the foundation, all right? So you're gonna need a tool that's called learnbittensor.org, all right? So go to this website right here, learnbittensor.org, and just explore the first page. Then after that, you go to the Get Started tab, all right? So this is the bread and butter. You need to ask yourself as an investor, the what's, the whys, the who, the hows, all right? So what is Bittensor? Why Bittensor? You can read more here, all right? Start using Bittensor, how to get involved into the ecosystem, all right? So how to manage your TAO, the simple steps, how to buy it, how to create your wallet, not get scammed, how to stake your TAO to earn APY. These are all important things for you as a beginner investor. So go to this website, click all the read mores and get familiar with Bittensor, all right? So if you wanna really go a bit further, you go to this resource page, or where was it? Bittensor, no, not here. Go to the get started page or the explore page and you go to concepts, all right? So you have a lot of different concepts right here, and I want you to explore two main ones: the tokenomics, all right? So the halvings, the emission schedule, the max supply, the circulating supply, all the important things, and the network participants. Don't even go here. I'll touch upon dynamic TAO in another video. Just go study tokenomics and network participants, all right? So like I said in my previous video, you got the schools, which are the subnet owners, then you got the teachers, which are the validators, and then you got the students, which are the miners, and then the extra part where you can like, the analogy would be the parents would be the stakers, like you and me, the stakers who delegate their TAO tokens to a certain subnet. All right, so tool number two you need as a serious Bittensor investor is subnetalpha.ai, all right? So you go to this page, it's a Bittensor subnet directory, all right? So here, you only do one thing. You just learn about subnets on Bittensor. You learn about the companies inside Bittensor. So how does it work? So you have the subnet number here on the bottom left, all right? So every subnet on Discord, on Telegram, in the community, on Twitter, they're referenced by their number: subnet 1, subnet 64, subnet 8, subnet 63, or whatever. All right, so you got the subnet number right here. If you scroll down, it goes up to 128 because there's 128 subnets on Bittensor. After that, each subnet has a name. So Apex, Omron, Templar, Targan, whatever, you get the point. Underneath the name, it's the founders, okay? The CEOs of that subnet, the company owners, creators, whatever you want to call them. It's a team of 6 to 12 people generally, of developers, coders, engineers, people that are very tech savvy into this space. They create a subnet, all right, on Bittensor, and they try to provide value to the real world. And after that, on the right side here, you got a one sentence explanation of what that subnet does, all right? So this is very important for you to read all the different subnets and what they do, and just try to pick one that you like, all right? So for example, I'm a realtor, all right? So subnet 48, right here, subnet 48 is called Next Place, developed by Nickel 5. It's a home price prediction model. So as a miner, if you mine on subnet 48, you need to actually provide data to validators as to how much a home would sell in advance, all right? So, and you get TAO tokens based off how close you are to the actual sale price. So this subnet is going to be probably selling data to brokerage firms, or real estate agents or whatever in the future. So you get the point. All right, so tool number 3 is called taostats.io. This is a tool you definitely need to bookmark because I visit it daily. It's just to have a general overview of the market of price and subnets. All right, so you go here, you have the price here and cool statistics on the right side. If you scroll down a little bit, you got the subnets, all right? And you can see the top performing subnets, by price, by market cap, or whatever. Obviously, this is priced in TAO because everything is layered in crypto. You price the subnets in TAO, and then you price your TAO in Bitcoin terms because Bitcoin is the hardest money ever invented, is the best form of money. All right, so subnets, you price them in TAO. So first here on, there's a cool drop down. If you just hover over subnets, you get a full overview of all the different subnets and their name. As you can see, subnet 1018 is unknown. So there are some subnets that register on the market, but they're unknown, all right? And then the second tab I like to visit, especially as a beginner, is the investors tab, all right? So you go to tokenomics and you can visually see how the community is diamond handing this token. As you can see, 75% of the circulation is currently staked. So people want that 10% API. Even if we have crashes, people are remaining staked to the network and they don't care. They're here for the long term. Another cool tab is the halving schedules, all right? So as you can see, it's mimicking Bitcoin. We're not even past the first halving. So you can picture this as if you're in before the first halving of Bitcoin, which I think was in like 2012. So you get the idea, bookmark this tool and go research it. All right, so subnet number 4 that you definitely need, bookmark it, is called TAO.app. So you're gonna go to this metric tab right here. All right, so this is one of the most important tabs you can use for yourself. So these are all indicators that give you insights and information about the general hype around Bittensor and subnets. When is it a good time to enter? When is it a good time to exit your position? So fear and greed index, obviously this is very important. You buy when it's in extreme fear and you sell when it's in extreme greed because you don't want to do what the herd is doing. Sum of alpha price is probably one of the most important metrics you can get to understand. It's the sum of all subnets priced in TAO because they have a price in TAO. When you sum them all up, 128 subnets, it gives you 1.17 TAO. So when that number is very high, you want to exit out of subnets. You get the point. Reserves over injected. I kid you not, this freaking metric took me 4 months to understand. So as a successful Bittensor investor, you need to understand all these different metrics, these jargons, these words for you to get proper insights on the network. So go on this page and check all the different statistics and metrics literally built for you by developers. And an extra bonus tool, you see this subnet tab right here. There's a cool drop down. So you see all the subnets with their number and their name. If you click on a particular subnet, for example, graphite, you're gonna have extra subnet information, super important. We're gonna go over like in a more detailed view on one specific subnet, so stay tuned for that. And you also see the chart. So if you go on the daily, you see the subnet charts right now. Tool number 5, all right, so this one is called TAOyield.com. So when you learn how to buy TAO and you learn how to set up a hot wallet, you need to go to this page. And when it's time for you to invest into different kinds of subnets, as I said in my previous video, you get APYs, all right? So you go here, you click here and you type the subnet number, all right? So for example, subnet 64 shoots, you click on it, and then you can see the different APYs. So as you can see, the APYs are huge right now, varying from 105% for this validator up to 92%. So you need to pick the validator which gives you the highest APY. So I'm going to give you another example. Subnet 75. This one gives 160% per year compounded. So these are the little edges you need to find in crypto and stake to. This one gives you 130. So you get the point. Find a subnet that you want to take part in, that you want to support, and pick the best validator. Tool number 6, all right, so this is called taopill.ai, all right? So this tool is gonna help you keep track of everything that's going on into Bittensor, like who is launching a new subnet, what are the achievements. So you see the achievement tab right here, It's super important because learning Bittensor, for me, it's been a year. I see it as if you're doing a new university degree. All right, it's that level of work that you need to put in. So you need to follow through with what's going on with subnets. What are the achievements? Who did what? How are subnets helping real world businesses and people for you to make smart conclusions and for you to really understand what you're holding. So go check that website. It's super interesting, and it also segregates each subnet by a specific category that it's in. So you can see data pipeline, model development. Like I said, you need to get familiar with the jargon. I'm a realtor in real life, so you have no excuses to not understand these things. I have zero experience in coding or development or tech. Next up on the list, we got the Bittensor CLE document. All right, so this document is super helpful when it comes to mining. We're obviously going to touch up on how to mine. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm learning as I go with you guys. I'm taking you on this journey for myself. I have no coding experience, but this document is super helpful for me to paste commands, Python commands into terminals with virtual private servers, etc., for you to run your miners. So you have the different definitions of commands, and then here you have like a summary. You can click on one directly, BTC wallet create, for example, and then they're gonna explain you how to paste a command into a terminal for you to actually run your miner. Because remember, if you want emissions, you need to learn how to run a miner. If you want to learn how to run a miner, you need to at least learn how to give basic commands to a terminal and interact with the Bittensor network. All right, so super important tool for you to understand that Bittensor TAO is literally a generational level play as big as Bitcoin. So go on taotreasuries.app, all right, and get familiar with this page, all right, because all the public companies that are currently buying Bitcoin on their balance sheets and their stock prices are soaring. Tech companies and CEOs already are starting to see that with Bittensor TAO. So as you can see, 43,000 TAO is already held by publicly traded companies. And I went to check, their stock prices are soaring. All right. So my favorite one is TAO Synergies Inc. All right. So they're already holding 30,000 TAO tokens at an average price of about $330. So I don't know if this doesn't ring any bell for you, but the famous guy, Michael Saylor, running the same playbook for Bitcoin and being 100% all in into Bitcoin, we already have 4 publicly traded companies doing the same thing for TAO. So in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if this number here goes to upwards of 1 million TAO tokens held by publicly traded companies, and you have the chance to own some tokens before these institutional investors wake up. This is huge, guys. So just to prove it, this guy, James Altucher, is the CEO of TAO Synergies Inc. And you see the post right here. They just bought 30,000 TAO at an average price of $334. He literally injected $10 million into TAO, and 100% of his cash reserves are going into TAO. So institutions are starting to wake up at TAO at such an early stage. Don't be late and don't fade it like I'm saying in my previous videos. And this is just a Saylor post for you to understand. He's doing this with Bitcoin, but you already have 4 publicly traded companies doing it with TAO. So wake up, get yourself some TAO tokens. All right, so tool number 9 is a basic trading view tool, but there's a twist. You need to price TAO in BTC terms, and I'm gonna show you exactly why. So the first step, you need to go on tradingview.com, all right, make an account, all right, and then find the TAO ticker. Just bookmark it, save it, all right, in your watch list. You click the little plus here, and you save the TAO ticker. Next up, you're gonna go up a notch and you're gonna click right here on the top left corner and you're gonna write exactly this, which is highlighted, all right? It's super important. This is the format that it's gonna say to TradingView price TAO in Bitcoin terms, all right? So as you can see right now, the price is 0.00366, whatever, you get the point, because everything in life, like I said, is layered. So the subnets, you price them in TAO, and TAO, you price them in Bitcoin. And I'm gonna give you a real example. Last year I was buying TAO right here at 0.08 to 0.01, all right? And it was the same price as today, around $400. But Bitcoin literally doubled and TAO stayed the same price. So I'm down around 65% in BTC terms, even though my TAO stayed the same amount in fiat terms. And this is really important because you need to measure your wealth in Bitcoin. You need to measure wealth in hype. You're inside a crypto system and Bitcoin is the king. So you need to measure, once again, TAO in BTC terms. So save that. A little piece of advice. Simple. We're not traders here. When TAO is above the 200 EMA, the 200 exponential moving average, you tend to want to sell it. When it's under, like right now, you tend to want to buy TAO when it's under the 200-day exponential moving average. Last tool that you need in your arsenal as a successful Bittensor investor is the official Discord. All right, so go to bittensor.com. All right, I go there to make sure I'm on the real website, and you click connect. All right, you click here and you click Discord, whatever. Make a Discord if you don't have one. It's gonna open up your Discord. All right, so mine's already opened. And then here is the official Discord where you can ask questions, you can talk to subnet owners, you can talk to miners. This is literally a huge gold mine of information for you if you're serious. Stop looking at other people's businesses and grasses. Put your head down, go deep dive into this Discord, and find right here a subnet that you like. You see the names and the numbers. Pick a subnet that you like and literally copy paste like this what they're saying and summarize it with ChatGPT to speed up your learning, all right? So this is super important for you to get insights because sometimes there's a lot of scams going on even in subnets. There's bad actors, malicious actors, so you need to understand community sentiment. What is going on? Who said what? What are the miners' issues? What are the bugs you need to understand? What are the subnet owners saying? Are they shady? Are they doxxed? Things like that. This is super important for you. So this is a gold mine of information. Go into the official Discord of Bittensor. All right, so that's a wrap. Thanks so much for listening. I strongly advise you to bookmark these 10 tools because they're really helpful. They're really gonna speed run your learning into the Bittensor network, and try to learn one thing, just one thing per day in that ecosystem, and you'll see how many opportunities there are. So, if you have any questions, you have some video recommendations, comment down below. I'll be happy to answer and, have a chat with you. And I'll see you in the next one.